Well, all of our students in grades 4 through 12 at the beginning of the year get a MacBook, and they have access to that MacBook 24/7. All of the lessons are delivered through our learning management system, so for the most part we don't use paper. Lessons are sent through the computer, answers are turned in through the computer, but we've tried to make learning more collaborative so kids have opportunities to work in groups and teach those 21st century skills that we all deem important, whether it's collaboration or creativity or economic awareness. So it's really a total change to teaching. The other thing that it's given us, as you look at how the program works, is we're in a class today where kids are doing foreign language at their own pace, and so these kids are doing Spanish, but we have kids that are taking French and German, Latin, and those were all doors that were open because of the laptops. The first question people always ask is, how do you pay for it? And that, although it might seem the most difficult challenge, it's not. It's only 3% of our budget, but it's certainly a challenge. I think the bigger challenge is changing the way you approach teaching and learning. We have great teachers who've been teaching, a lot have been teaching the same way for years, and so I think the biggest challenge is a curriculum issue where teachers approach teaching as a facilitator of learning instead of someone who's a deliverer of all knowledge. And it's really working well, but I think that the one key to success are teachers. Well, all students participate. All students in grades 4 through 12. I'm sure people all over the country are familiar with fees, public schools, private schools, but lab fees or science fees or whatever it might be. We took all fees away, but we do charge a computer fee, which is $50. It's based on income. That $50 goes into a fund that helps pay for repair of the computers. The computers are under warranty, but sometimes they get damaged. Because there's other aspects of just paying for parts. You have to pay for people, and we have a technology staff of 1 last year when we started this, and so we have an agreement with Jacksonville State where they send us student workers who work with us and help repair computers, but then we also have instructional aides and media specialists who have changed roles a little bit that help in the repair, so it's kind of a community effort to keep them all, keep the computers working.
It's definitely our students have made the program successful. I think you see a lot of pride in town with the students going around with their computers. They're using them at ball games, McDonald's, anywhere you go. You see students out with their MacBook computers. They're very proud of them. You can just see it seems like it's increased the pride in the school system. Feel free to call the City of Piedmont, any of our school representatives, and we'll be more than happy to help someone implement this program. It was also, it would take commitment from you to work with your local school system to implement this program, but I think anybody can do it through commitment.
I'm Loxcil, the mayor of Tarrant. Welcome to the beautiful Gateway of Progress. We hope you enjoy your visit with us.
Tarrant started its environmental plan because really they wanted to affect the overall quality of life in the city. There were some eyesores and things that had just been abandoned over time, and that was the first thing we needed to address in the city, was to take the notorious eyesores and to clean them up. And they've really become an asset for Tarrant. To repurpose abandoned industrial sites for reuse takes a number of years. That's been an ongoing project since 2003. Funding is always the biggest challenge when you get started on environmental cleanup projects. But beyond that, I think what the city has done extremely well is that its officials, its leadership, and its citizens have all bought in, because it's not enough to have the systems or the programs in place. You have to believe in what you're doing. Tarrant has repurposed 3 brownfield areas. There's the old Vulcan Rivet site. There was a mobile home park that was turned into Chief Hewitt Park, and then there is also an old dry cleaner site that is now a pocket park in downtown. I believe that what has made the program successful is that there were people who were committed to finding the funding and to forming the partnerships to make it successful. And out of that, it was just a tiny snowball that got rolling. And as people saw what could happen, then there was more belief and more buy-in. And really people found ways to say that we can, and we've continued to work on it over time. Tarrant's environmental program is important because it affects the overall quality of life for all of the citizens, both those who live here and those who work here. I would encourage other cities to start with the things that they can control and to do the things they can. So, go after the funding and work on that. But if it's not available, start with review of your ordinances, looking at the types of policies and practices you can change at home right away.
The citizens have benefited, and every day I get comments from somebody saying, how much better Tarrant looks, and hopefully we have created the amenities that will want businesses to locate their business in Tarrant. The advice I'd give to municipalities who would like to replicate this program is to form partnerships with people within your municipalities or in your region. I believe you can accomplish these projects a lot easier and faster with a partnership than trying it on your own. We do believe that Tarrant is the gateway to progress, and if we can help, if we'd like to talk more about this, please give us a call. Be glad to talk to you, or be glad to have you to visit our city at any time.
Hi, I'm Bill Ham, Mayor of the City of Auburn, Alabama, and home of Auburn University. As the FEMA flood maps have changed and the flood zones have changed for hundreds of our citizens, it was important for them to be able to go online and see where the new lines were and how it impacted them individually. What makes this project unique is the transparency that it offers to the citizens of Auburn and the information that's provided within our website.
Our timeline began in 2005 with the initiation of the project by FEMA. In 2008, we began collecting data. 2009, we published the data out to citizens. To be successful, the city really wanted this product to be very user-friendly. We wanted the user to not have to learn anything, wanted it to be intuitive. Now this is a goal that we're always striving for, something we're always trying to do better at. Through the GIS websites, citizens are able to do a number of different activities. They can look at different properties, they can look at archived aerials, they can look at historic data, they can look at just about anything that the city maps. We've received really positive feedback from the community. In fact, the website's used so much that we've had to leave it open, leave it running longer than we intended to. We've gone back in and really made some improvements, really learned from the feedback we've gotten from citizens to make the product better than it originally was. It's worth noting that this whole project was a collaborative approach. We used input from engineers, from surveyors, from multiple departments, from citizens, from city management. Everyone really lent a hand in pulling all this data together and making this a successful project.
Other information that's important to know here is that this is a tool that's widely used, and it's beneficial not only to our citizens but to our government as well. It's cost efficient. Even though we spent the money we did, it pays back in dividends tenfold. I believe we got a great program in place, and I would urge any city that has an interest in reaching out and helping your residents to contact us. Call myself or call Chris Graff, and we will be glad to help you get started on the road to a tremendous information tool.